Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hi,
Hey,
Aley. How are you?
I'm great, Terry. So good to be
Good.
back with you. Yay.
It is so much fun to be back. Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't done this for a hot minute. We were talking about that, and I love doing this show with you. So,
I know we get off on tangents and that's what makes it even more fun.
right? Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Ness and Mary, good to see
Good
you.
to see you ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, we might be a little quiet today. In fact, I forgot to post this, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah, so we this is oracles and excuse me, exploring archetypes and oracles. So we're going to do that,
Not
and then
like articles and archetypes.
and archetypes. That's what I was going to say. I tell you what, the energy today has just been nuts,
Pretty
and
crazy. Yeah.
right, and then I
Yeah.
had Sally was just on the channel, and we were doing her backyard special, like all the light beings in her backyard. And
Uh-huh.
it's like, my head is I feel like I'm flying out of my chair right now.
Oh, wow. When I
Yeah.
was on with Denise Fletcher yesterday, just before we went on, over to the right by the wall, I saw something go like this, and I said, "Have you got some smudge or incense burning or something?" "No." And I actually saw with my own eyes some kind of a orb or entity. It was a whoosh. It was pretty big, but I
Wow.
never see those things. I don't usually see them for some reason. I just can't. And so she said, "Oh yeah, they're all over the house. They come out of the closet. They come." So I think it's fascinating that we're being sort of upgraded to
Yeah.
seeing these wonderful things. And so those things in Sally's backyard, that's really cool.
It
She ought
is
to
really
she
cool.
ought to sell admission to come and sit and watch. What do you
I
think?
right? I think she ought to write a book about it or a
I do too.
docu-series,
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, hey
Yeah.
there, everybody coming in. Mary, Liz. Hey, Carolyn, how are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. Nathan and
Um,
Paul, two of our
yeah,
men. Yeah.
the men's are here.
The men's are here. Yeah.
Anyway, hey, Jen. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. I started hearing voices this week, and like
Oh.
spirit always brings in. My it's pretty easy for me to hear things, and usually it comes as music, or
Mhm.
I just know what they're saying. This time I heard it with my ears.
Okay.
It was
And
a
what
lot
did they say?
different.
They give you the winning lottery numbers, I hope?
No, they said hi, and I looked around. I'm like, "There's nobody in the house with me. I'm the only one there."
Yep. Yep.
And it
Wow.
yeah, it was just kind of a funny thing.
That is funny. That is funny.
Oh my
Oh,
god. Paul, oh, Aunt Betsy is dating again, but I don't feel right with him. My sister telling me to mind my own business. Okay, I'm gonna mark that, and we will come back to you, Paul. We'll definitely revisit
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We want to
Mhm.
take care of Aunt Betsy, that's for sure.
That's
So,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
dang. Well, good on her though. She's a
Yeah.
busy girl.
She is a busy girl, but Paul, so we can't really ever say if things don't feel right because people don't want to listen to us. But later on, when things aren't right, if they aren't, then you can say, "Well, I was just following my intuition." So good for you.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You never know.
that's right.
Yeah, we can read it on the energy of whether or not it'll work
Yeah,
out, but
yeah, sure
maybe.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Powerball's over 400 million.
Got your tickets,
Mm.
Mary? I think I might have to go to the store today. Take a
Yeah,
little trip.
take a little trip. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Though
yeah.
they say that that's written into your soul contract if you're gonna
Oh, it
win it.
is?
Yeah.
Then
There
I
was
need to have my soul contract read.
you need to
Maybe
make
it's all
an
for money.
addendum.
Yeah.
We had, there was this fella he was a really close friend of ours down in Florida. Anyway, Bob, and Bob he did, special mortgages and had
Uh-huh,
special money that came in
uh-huh.
to finance it, and this one fella had won the lottery, so he did his, thing, and he would have to go to his house to pick up the check,
Oh,
and the guy lived on the canal, so he had water behind him and a big, beautiful pool and everything, And the guy would go fishing in the canal and then clean his fish and wipe everything into his pool. So it's like all that money, and he had a pool full of fish guts. Anyway, that's just
Oh
a funny story.
It's pretty gross. You know, the thing that I remember watching, and actually there was where I lived in Texas many years ago, the next town over, the guy won the lottery, and he went hog wild, like a lot of people would go hog wild, and everybody was knocking at his door and bothering him. And probably 3 months later, he was found hung in the garage. He couldn't handle it. And there was so many stories like that either people tried to kill them, like they were the heir to their stuff or whatever. And it's like not as exciting in some cases, or they lose it all, like they buy, and then lose it all.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Garnet. Wonderful to see you. Yeah. Wonderful.
He can, it changes your family for generations. I think just give me a cool 5 million. I don't need 400.
Okay. Well, you know who just lost 2 billion for his Teslas? Yeah. All Cybertrucks. Yeah, Jen.
Jen just published that. Yeah, they have to all those panels I guess they glued the panels on the truck instead of molding them, and they're flying off and hitting people. So you don't want to drive behind a Tesla truck if you see one. And
I live in this really, really I would say middle-class neighborhood. It's not fancy here, but we have big, and there's a Cybertruck that lives near me. And my son, when he's over and he sees it, he says, "Oh, the dumpster's on the way, Mom." It looks like a dumpster. It really does.
It does look odd, doesn't it? It's really interesting. Yeah.
Yes,
I tell you what, he does have a thing out, and it's kind of, it looks like a Airstream trailer, but because it's all aluminum, but it's a mini house. Really? And you can buy them. It's a new company that he's building. He probably bought the rights from somebody. He didn't invent it, but it's a smart idea. And you can buy one and park it in your backyard or your driveway or on your land.
Like a pod in a way, or one of those, even like one of those tiny homes, it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a tiny home. I think it's smaller than a tiny home. Yes. 4 in Chinese culture is bad. It means death.
Oh, really? Yes. Oh, I didn't know that.
But I've asked so many numerologists about that, and they're all like, "Don't worry about it if it doesn't, if you don't, what is it called?
Give power to it." Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. That's the words. Those are the words.
Yeah. Wow. Wowee. Hi, Gray. Nice to see you. Seascape.
Yeah.
Oh, the Powerball is 444 million. That's an angel number.
Yeah.
444 is an angel number. Yeah.
It is. Lauren. Hey, Lauren. Yeah. It sure is interesting, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I think we deserve that one. If it's 444, that's different.
Yeah. It's very different. Yes. Very different. At least Teri and I think so it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Gray, you're so adverse to 4s, but as a 5, I hate the structure of it. Yeah. I know. Anarchy, right, Gray? When people tell me what I'm supposed to do, I'm like, yeah. I think that's why I'm not so crazy about the tarot.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because it's so many rules. And
thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there are in the major arcana. I like the major arcana as a symbol. Like I like the Hierophant, and I like the Wheel of Fortune. That's okay. But when it's all the other stuff, and I get all turned around. So I get you. Totally get you.
Yeah. Though I do. I mean, I love other people reading my cards, but for me, some reason they don't really get it.
No. Thank God for oracles.
Right. Roxy, you've been seeing 1111 so much these days, and my microwave keeps showing me 222. Those are angel numbers. Yeah. Really good.
He is just himself, who shall not be named, has decided to have a new jet made or something. They're retiring one, and they're starting another one, and it's going to be like NS or whatever. 47, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so the other one was on order when he was 45. And he had a bunch changed on it, a bunch. You know what that means.
Yes.
It became more flamboyant and more him.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I think right away when what's his face came in, Joe, he decided nuh-uh, and changed a bunch of the colors. So I'm sure that wouldn't cost too much. You got it, Ness. So we're going to do some archetypes in a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, gold toilets. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got all this gold now. He took the ivy that's been on the mantle since John F. Kennedy, and it's gone. And he's got up all this gold flashy shit. So yeah, everything's gold now. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the narcissism does not stop. Yeah. He likes to poop in a gold toilet. Oh.
That would be
funny. He had the toilet removed when he first was 45 because he didn't want to sit on the same toilet as an African American person. That's how racist he is. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Jen. I like the gold toilet, but it depends on if I need it or not.
Did you see what Imelda said? Right. We're going to keep this clean, so I'm glad you hyphenated
that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Melania didn't want to. Okay.
Well, yeah.
She's the same. She comes from the same ilk. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Mary. Yeah. When we had the high windstorms at 111, the interview with Jean Mayall just came on. Yeah. Yeah. You should interview her. You should have her on the show.
Who is it? I'm sorry.
Jean Mayall.
Oh.
She's the one. She's got jeanmayall.com. She does the Read the Future nights. And it's really impressive how many her group gets, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to know more about what's coming up, I think sometimes it's easier to read than it is to hear somebody say it.
Yeah.
But don't tell anybody I said that because I'm on YouTube and so are you.
Yeah.
But some things I think are easier read. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's fair. Hi, Edward. Nice to see you. Yeah. Yes, I saw a clip, Ness, of AOC going on stage in Arizona. So I'm sure they went from there over to Vegas, but the crowd was exponential. It was unreal. And everybody was really fired up. Yeah. Okay. Ness. Yeah. Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee. I hope you're feeling better, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to go first or do you want
me? I'd be happy to go first.
Okay.
So I knew about this person. I've known about this person really, really well since probably 2016. And this person continues to be a force for, what's the word I want to say? Human rights and so forth. This person was born in 1941 and will be 84 years old this year and is still knocking out people in the crowds now with AOC, speaking of, traveling around to talk about oligarchy and to try to stem some of that information. He is a Virgo, born September 8th, and he is the senior senator from Vermont. He is an independent, but runs as a Democrat because, that's the way he needs to. He was actually the candidate for 2016 that I was prepared to vote for. I caucused for here in Washington State. And Hillary won the caucus here. And then, of course, Hillary ultimately won the nomination. But he was really the one that should have won the nomination. And, I no sense to go back and lament about it. It doesn't really matter, but he was really kind of screwed out of it. And it hurt him deeply, I believe, because and everybody was arguing about how old he was then. And now somebody wrote, I like him, but I don't think he can be the one that can march with us and stuff. And I'm thinking, are you nuts? They're saying it's because he's old. I'm saying, there's old and then there's decrepit, and he's not decrepit. Maybe he could, can't march 10 miles or something, but he can definitely do the job. There's no question. He started, he was born in New York, and he's a Jewish man, and he ended up going to college and filed as a conscientious objector to the Vietnam War. So he didn't have bone spurs, but he was older anyway then, because he graduated from high school in 1959, which is a year before my older brother graduated. So he's in that generation. And I guess maybe part of that makes me feel very much love and revering from him. But, he was the governor of, no, not the governor. He was the mayor of Burlington, Vermont for 4 terms. And if anybody knows, it's at the top of Vermont, right near the Canadian line on Lake Champlain. It's a beautiful place. He also then, I guess, eventually he tried to run for governor, but I guess it didn't work out. So he went to and got his he assumed office as a senator in 2007. But before that, he was what do you call it? I can't think of the name.
State rep?
Yeah, U.S. House of Representatives from 1991 to 2007. So he was in there. So he has a lot of experience in what he did. And he's also chaired a lot of the, like different committees, the Outreach Committee, the Veterans Affairs. And I know he had a son, I believe, out of wedlock, that's his only living child. And his son is probably in his late 50s, maybe 60 at the most. And he married his wife, Jane, who had children, I believe. And so they're together now. But he was in the Young People's Socialist League. I mean, he's a very, very much a progressive, very much, a lot of people said he could never win because he was too left. And my feeling is he is all about the people and all about everybody having, human rights. And so I call him a teacher. He's the archetype of the teacher. He's the archetype of the warrior. He has that warrior spirit. He seems to come across with honesty and courage. And those who have lived in Vermont and know about him before he ever, when he was just living in Vermont, say that he's always the same. He never changes and flip-flops about how he feels about something. So if he gives you his word, that's what he does. And so you can trust him. He's authentic. He certainly has that activist spirit. Somebody said that Bernie Sanders was the last angry man. I don't see him as an angry man. I've seen him be angry, but I think it's more emphatic. It's not like nasty anger or anything. It's like, we need to do this for the people. These veterans, they went to war for us. He really stands up for what he believes in. And he should have been the president. They call him the president that never was.
Yeah. He is amazing. That they put and I liked Hillary, but that they put Hillary in front of him, I thought was a bad move. And obviously it was. And nobody liked her the first time. I liked her, but
I didn't care for her. Actually wrote him in twice. I wrote him in. No, I voted for Joe Biden. But I voted for him in 2016, and I voted for Joe. And then I think of course I voted for Kamala, but I just, in any primaries that he was in, he was always my choice.
Yeah, so, I did vote for him in the primaries too.
Yeah.
He kind of has okay, don't everybody hate on me, but sometimes the East Coast people have a different vibe. Like they
They
are
do.
more emphatic and they are
Yes.
pretty fast because a lot of the cities are bigger. So they're, even
Mhm.
though it's in Vermont, right, you kind of get used to being on that fast
Yes.
pace because you got a lot of people around you. So you got to be fast if you're going to get there on time or,
Yeah. No,
open the door.
and I understand completely because I've had students even in my classes in person, they'll say, "Oh, she talks so fast and coming from New England, you just do. I don't
Yeah.
it isn't even like you think about it. It's like, okay, ready to do this? All right, thank you very much. Bye."
Yeah. Well, if you go, it's funny because if you go to England, it's like in London, it's like that. It's like
Oh,
that
is
rip
it?
and repartee. Yeah. And they're
Oh,
lickety split fast.
yeah.
But you go out to the, Nottingham where my brother lives, and
Uh-huh.
it's a little bit slower.
Yeah.
So,
Linda
yeah.
Kennedy says, "What?"
Right. Kennedy. Yeah. Money rules both parties. Yeah. 100%, honey.
It rules everything, Mary, unfortunately. Yeah.
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 He's a
But
curmudgeon, noble but sweet. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Great.
that's what it is. It's righteous anger. You're absolutely right, Gray. That's what it is, and it comes from being told so many times. So I'm really happy he's paired himself up with AOC, or she's paired herself up with him, because she's the next rising star, and a lot of people. She'll probably be senator, and maybe who knows, run for president at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Skip says I'm Latina and we're passionate people and talk with our hands.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I was from, growing up in the Midwest and I moved down to South Florida in the 90s. In the 90s, everybody in South Florida they weren't Southern. They were all from New
Right.
York. They were
Right.
all East Coast. So
Yeah.
all my friends and everybody's talking fast and everybody's, so I
Uh-huh.
learned all my Yiddish and it
Yeah.
was great. It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Anyway,
Those Yiddish words are fun, like schlepping. Whenever I t when
schlepping.
it yeah, when you're taking you're gotta move from one plane to another, you have to schlep across the airport with all
Yeah,
that crap, that kind of thing. I love that
tchotchkes,
word.
verklempt. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
they're
a lot
fun.
of great ones. Yeah.
Yes, they
And
are.
my mom was Jewish, so I'm Jewish,
Oh, I
but
didn't know that.
she was brought up during the Holocaust in Germany. So
Oh,
we did not
really?
discuss this. I never knew till
Right.
I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
But so she didn't
Wow.
teach me hardly any Yiddish and very, very little German. Because she
Okay.
wanted me to be all American.
I don't blame her. See, she didn't want you to go through, the kind of thing we're going through right now.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Unfortunate.
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I am Jewish then, Ness. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. That's true.
I
Yeah.
had a few more than one lovely Jewish boyfriend. So,
Ooh,
and I was okay to take home to mama. So, okay, people, get ready.
get ready. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yippee-ki-yay, cowboy.
Saddle up, my friend. Let me see. Okay, that's the one that I'm going to want. I'll show my pics
Okay.
and I'll go to my girl. And there she is, people. So, my girlfriend,
Oh
Dolly.
my God. She just lost her honey bun. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Isn't it so sad? Yeah,
I
and they were
know.
married for such a long time. Just
Uh-huh.
incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I chose Dolly Parton.
Uh-huh.
She was born quite young. She was one of 12 kids and grew up in Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
And at a young age, she had a talent for music, and her uncle bought her a guitar.
Mhm.
And she started singing. And I think she was 18 when she went to Nashville. And the first day she was in Nashville, she met her husband. She met Carl Dean.
Oh, really? Oh,
Uh-huh. And they
yeah.
dated, and she knew
Uh-huh.
she was going to marry him. And then he went into the army. And when he came back, she was still working on her music career. And she said, I will marry you, but I will never be a stay-at-home housewife. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
she met Porter Wagner. He brought her onto the Grand Ole Opry. And she went on from there. She was just really, really smart. Guaranteed that she was not going to sell her music. Like, she produced all her own music and she kept the rights to all of her music. And that made her very, very wealthy. So let's see what else. Platinum dyed hair. She was on the stage. She was in movies in Hollywood. And, her hits were some of the biggest ones. Whitney Houston sang, I Will Always Love You. And that was huge. And I can't remember who sang Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. Was that, it wasn't Joni Mitchell, but it was somebody like that. Anyway. So let's see. So now she has given so much money to the public. And of course, she's familiar with doing Moderna. She's put $1 million into that when we were going through the pandemic. And she's got, I'm just going to move this. I hope I don't make anybody, she's a rock star. She's one of the first country music stars to move over to be on rock. She has Dollywood, which employs many, many people in the Tennessee mountains. And let's see what else. And she's also got Dolly Parton's Stampede, which they have one of those in Branson, Missouri.
Wow.
Yeah. And she does this thing called
the library thing. Yeah,
the library thing, which for little kids, when they're born until they start school, they get free books. So to read. So I thought it was pretty special.
Yeah.
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 Awesome. Oh, Beyonce did a version of Jolene.
Beyonce did too. Okay. So Reba did it in her. Oh, and did she write that? Is that what
she wrote? That she wrote Jolene, Jolene. Yeah. Okay. I think everybody's done Jolene, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Linda, I didn't know you lived there. Yeah, you've been to Dollywood a lot. Hollywood had a bank open till 12 midnight and Saturday and Sunday.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Or Dollywood did, right? Yeah. Oh, you've seen her 3 times, Paul? Yeah.
Oh, wow, Paul.
My family in England are such huge fans of hers.
Oh.
Anyway, so they've seen her several times when she's been there too. I think
12. I love Islands in the Stream with Kenny. That's my favorite of hers. I love it. Yeah. The stuff she does for literacy is amazing. Yeah. So I had a few other people picked, and I decided they were boring. And she definitely isn't boring. How old is she? In her mid-70s?
Yeah.
Is she?
76, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
You got a lively little Jewish princess, Frank Zappa, and good track. Yeah. Lauren says, my husband's family were from Germany, were German Jewish. Yeah, they all saw the writing on the wall and left for America in the 1900s.
Good for them.
Good for them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So good. Anyway, she's always been an amazing person. And I just so happened on this hat this week while I was out thrift store hunting.
So now you just need a pair of cowboy boots so you can boot scoot.
Oh, I've had cowboy boots all my life.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, she's 79 now, Linda?
Oh, she's 79. She looks fantabulous.
Yeah, she really does. Yeah.
Well, she did say that she always had a hard time with how she looked. And if you look at her before she started having surgery, she was stunning. But
she's a beautiful woman. And her waist has always been like teeny tiny. Yeah.
Well, she paid a lot of money to get to where she is. Yeah. She wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You in the same evening.
Oh, sure. Well, everything is channeled pretty much when you're writing something. It isn't really us that comes up with it. That's true.
Yeah. Coat of Many Colors. I love that one too. I read that she had written 9 to 5, like in between takes of the movie.
That was very catchy. I love that movie. That was a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't she do what was that one that she did with Stallone? Didn't she do a movie with Stallone? Something about Rhinestone Cowboy? Or no, that was never
That's
mind.
yeah.
That's Neil Diamond or somebody weird. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but I thought
Wow.
she starred in something like that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Linda says
Oh.
Dolly is Aunt Jeannie to many nieces and nephews. There's a restaurant in Dollywood called Aunt Granny's.
Oh.
Oh, well, you know,
Oh, Aunt Granny. Actually, Dolly is
um,
Aunt Granny. Yeah.
okay,
Okay. Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Steel Magnolias.
That
That's right, Christine. Yes.
one of my
Remember when was
favorites.
it uh
Daryl
Dukakis,
Hannah.
Dukakis and
Oh
Daryl
yeah,
Hannah
love
and
Dukakis, Sally
yeah,
Field,
yep.
and Julia
Sally.
Roberts.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing stars in that.
Yeah.
I cried like a baby in that. Oh my God.
Yes, Roxy. I was thinking the same thing when you said
Yeah,
Stallone because he's a big MAGA and Dolly's not. Yeah. Dolly
yeah.
refused somebody said Dolly refused an award from him in the
Oh,
White House. Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Doesn't want anything to
Oh,
do. Oh, the best little whorehouse in Texas. That's right.
I remember that one. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Mystic Kelly is at the rally today. Good for her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Go, go, Mystic Kelly. Yeah, best little
Uh-huh.
whorehouse in Texas.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a
I
lot of good ones.
There were.
They banned her book giving program. Of
Yeah,
course they did.
probably because the books are DEI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a volunteer librarian for 3 years. I ran the
Were
library
you?
at my daughter's school. Yeah. And I
Ah.
had so much fun and we raised so much money to bring in all these really interesting books.
Uh-huh.
And it was a Catholic school and we got a new pastor in or whatever he was, priest.
Mhm.
And he was ultra conservative and he closed the school. And then
Yeah.
they got rid of, I think they tossed all those books. Like, I
Mhm.
don't think they gave them away. I think they tossed them in the trash that we brought in because we had brought in lots of, not mystical, but it was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the Lightning
yeah.
Thief and Harry
Well,
Potter.
even the one, the Phantom Toll Booth could be considered
Oh God, yeah.
metaphysical. Yeah,
Yeah.
or A Wrinkle in Time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Hi,
well,
Deanne. It's nice to see you. You saw Under the Tuscany Sun and Grey Gardens. I love Under the Tuscany Sun. That was a great movie. If
we
you
just
haven't seen
rewatched that.
Did you? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
good.
just rewatched it not long ago. And now guess where my daughter's going this summer?
That's right. She
Yeah.
is going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to go to
Uh-huh.
Greece and
Ah.
Italy. She's been saving up all her money and it's her gift to herself.
Oh,
So
Janet, they banned Charlotte's Web? What's wrong with Charlotte's Web? Oh my
people have
God.
talked about that before. There is something about Charlotte's Web that people don't like.
Wow. Wow.
I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Uh-huh.
randomly wandering around town.
That's called flanoring. You're a flaneur.
A flaneur.
Flaneur. That's what my name is on my Instagram, flaneur de jour. But a flaneur is a person that just aimlessly wanders around town, strolling. In the past, though, they usually took their pet alligator or their pet whatever turtle and walked it around town. That's how slow they walked. They were all rich people at the time. Yeah.
Wow.
That isn't me. I'm not rich, but I like to flaneur all around big cities. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And we were watching, of course, we're watching everything Italian now. But,
Yes, of course.
but there's this term, somebody will know it here, about taking things slowly, like sitting down and drinking your coffee. Like I drink my coffee while it's hot, right? And
Right.
I chug it. Not horribly, but I do. But just taking your time with your coffee, with your dinner, just sitting and relaxing and being totally there with the other person.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just a movie that I watched, and I wish I could remember the name of it, but this girl went over and bought a house in Italy that needed all these repairs.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
No, but I want to.
Okay. I wish I could remember the name of it. It was so good. She was probably in her 20s and her dad was retired. And yeah. Themes of death and betrayal of talking animals.
Portrayal of talking animals, that would be telepathy. and we can't have that. Yeah, some parents and religious groups finding these elements objectionable. Yeah, it's
I don't
too
know.
bad.
I question their using their religious beliefs for something like that. It isn't like you're watching somebody or somebody's like raping, like Grimm's fairy tales. I know there are some pretty bad things in there, but
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of those old German stories and
Oh, definitely. I mean, they were violent. Like, what was it? Old Mother Hubbard, or no, it wasn't her. It was the one that threw the kids was going to cook them in the fireplace and
oh
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They're horrible. I know we had a German fairy tale book, and it had the guy on the front that had the really long fingernails that he'd come and get you, and
Yeah.
um,
Well, the thing about actually Cinderella was that the sisters in the original, they cut their toes off so their feet would fit in the slippers, in the glass slipper. And that isn't like what they did in regular, but that's how violent it was. It was like they physically had their toes cut off. It was just too creepy. I mean,
oh,
you can temper it without being
right?
ridiculous. Yeah.
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 Yeah. The Italian
Yeah.
countryside is so beautiful, Foxy Roxy says, as is the countryside of France.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so many gorgeous places. I when I
Mhm.
go to England, I always see family, and then we'll go to Greece.
Uh-huh.
And it's just because it's so cheap to go to Greece from there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we'll come back. So next time I go, I'm definitely either going to Ireland or Italy or France. I need to get somewhere else. But
My daughter really enjoyed. She went to a wedding in Italy and she had a beautiful time there. It was just lovely. So yeah.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
been to Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Luxembourg,
Oh
um,
wow.
a little bit of France, a little bit of Italy, but it was all in one 2 week period because everything's very close in
Yeah.
Europe. Yeah.
That's the
So
thing. Once you're there, you might as well go around. I've been all around England, like to the
ooh,
Lake District, which is
uh-huh.
beautiful, and London quite a bit, and then Norfolk,
Oh,
which is
beautiful.
stunning too.
I'd
But
love to get there. I really would. Yeah.
it's it's stunning.
Uh,
Running with Scissors, is that the movie you were talking about, or the book?
no, that's Augustin Burroughs. That's that. But
Oh,
it's a good movie. Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
Carolyn, yeah, they better ban the Bible. It's full of murder, powerful women, and so many things they don't. Absolutely.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
Carolyn, I love the way you think. Yeah.
yeah. Death is the biggest fear. When people get right down to it, it's what they're really scared of.
Yeah.
Fear is
There's
attached.
something I'm just sensing there's something. Well, if she lost her dad because you are a widow, that may be
Yeah,
part of it, but there could be something from a past life that was really frightening for her. Maybe if you get a chance, she could have a regression or she could have her Akashic records read or something. Maybe that would help her a little bit.
that is a great idea. I
Yeah.
bet you'll find somebody. She's getting ready to Warrior Widow's going on a trip with some friends to
Oh,
Sedona.
oh,
I bet you'll
wonderful.
find somebody there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So we've got a few questions.
Okay.
If anybody wants a reading, we got some time left.
We do.
I just need to acknowledge that. Oh, hello, ladies. Aunt Betsy is dating again, but I don't feel right about him. My sister tells me to mind my own business. Could I be wrong? And thank you.
Mhm.
Where's my old standby here? Okay. Okay. Well, just use these. I have so many cards out today. Oh,
Oh
there
my
they are.
goodness, I think I have the same cards you do because look what I pulled first, wholeness. So I must have,
Oh,
that's what you have your Ganesh cards too?
yeah,
Is that
that's
what
what
you
I
have? Okay.
pulled.
All right. So she's trying to find wholeness, I'm getting. And she's empowered by this particular person. But it might be that this is just an infatuation, that this person won't last very long. I kind of tend to think that it's so much easier for other people on the outside to see all those things that are, quote, wrong with somebody, because when you're in the middle of that, like Aunt Betsy is, you're not really thinking about that. So that might be true, Paul. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hearing, is there a song about animal attraction? Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
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 So I get the same thing that you got, fulfillment.
Oh,
She's looking for
okay.
fulfillment.
Yeah.
So, and it's something that she's looking at.
Mhm.
Has he achieved a lot, Paul? So I don't know if this is her that has the money or him that has the money,
Ah,
but I'm wondering kind of about that just because of your thoughts of it.
yeah.
I do feel like something might fall apart on it because it's I don't know if they're different, their spiritual practice, but that's kind of what I'm getting.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Off
Yeah.
and on, he says, yeah.
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 So
There's been a lot of horror stories about men taking advantage of women with money, and I understand that you just don't really know. Sometimes people come across a certain way and, it's true, and sometimes it's not true. So, I
yeah.
don't know how they met, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Some people think that um it's gonna be, well, people portray themselves like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna be rich for the rest of your life, and then the next thing you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
Anyway, Paul, yeah, you might wanna keep it to yourself,
yeah.
but you can tell us.
Yeah, we wanna know. We wanna know.
Yeah.
Okay, breaking news. Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
one.
Yeah.
Let's see, Ness. Here we go, darling. I would love a read on the coming days next week.
All right. By the way, happy
Mhm.
Ostara to those who celebrate. Yesterday was the spring equinox, and we are in the
Oh.
season of Ostara right now, which is the pagan celebration. And so I'm pulling those cards for you, Ness. I'm getting it's time to escape all the noise and become still with the guidance that is pulling you inward. So, time for some introspection, time for pulling in some of your outside and bringing more into the inside. You have the seed blessing, whisper and weave the breath of magic into what you foresee. And so it's spring, it's time to plant, and could be used as a metaphor for planting seeds for your next project or whatever it is that you're hoping to do. But look, I mean, the bunny and all these other things they started out as pagan. The Easter eggs and bunnies and all that, they all
Christmas
began.
tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And next, the last card I get is daffodils. The whisper that inspire are shifting towards you in a melody of creative blooms. So you've got some blooming that's happening. You're going to be planting your seeds, but you're also going to be noticing other things that are growing around you that will find your interest. And so, yeah, enjoy the spring and plant seeds for the summer, for the fruition. Yeah, there you go.
I love that. Yeah, I get that about enjoyment too. So
Mm-hmm.
this is Anandama Maya. I can never pronounce her name.
Oh,
It's a long.
okay.
She is the joy permeated mother. So I am my
Ooh.
own guru. I know the self that never changes. So, and I see that in you, Ness. You are your own guru. You know that
It's
G,
true.
you are
Yeah.
you.
Uh-huh.
So, so don't forget to see what you do have. This is the focus card, and this angel sits holding these cards and is looking away, but has all these flowers in her lap. So
Mm,
make sure that you're acknowledging your gifts because you are so gifted and
yeah.
celebrate. So,
Yay.
yeah, right. Go have some fun.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is that? Is that Cool in the Gang? Celebrate.
Rest of the music. No, it's celebrate. Oh, Three Dog Night.
Dancing.
No.
Maybe. Chicago?
No,
No?
war. Guess who? Guess who? It's a guess
Oh,
who.
man,
Yeah,
I never would have gotten that.
yeah, yeah. That's right.
Okay, Roxy.
Oh, you thought it was Rare Earth Wiki? Wow. You download a voice box and the voice can sing. I hate you.
Huh. Roxy, are you still here, honey? Let us know if you're still here and we'll read on that.
Mm. Is that your dog? Yeah.
No, that's my neighbor. He's so sweet. He comes over and walks them for me on days
Oh,
I can't.
that's
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
he's a dog. Yeah, he's a good friend of the family. Roxy, we'll come back to you unless you come in real quick and see what we get.
That's an interesting.
Okay. It is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid, the Kool and the Gang.
Cool in the
Celebrate
Gang. I
Kool and the
love
Gang.
them. Love
Oh,
them.
yep. Oh, Three
Um,
Dog Night. I was right in the first time I thought it. Thank
okay.
you, Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Gray would love a read. Any help to see where the hidden
Key.
key is to finding my. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'm going to be on tomorrow with Linda G too. At it's Mel's birthday tomorrow. Apparently, we're just going to say,
oh,
"Glad you feel better" and that kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to be on tomorrow too with you guys.
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Get a
What
whole
time are
group
you
of.
coming?
Well, I don't know. I thought I'd be there at 11 Pacific, and then I make my way out and let somebody else come in. You know.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be there early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
All right. So, Gray, I get the caterpillar first. Isn't that interesting? Because the caterpillar is what it says potential. The caterpillar is the potential for the butterfly. So, having to move around in low places and slink up everything that it does, it eventually gets the ability to fly free. And so there's that one. So that's potential. You then get the badger. And the badger is very determined, not going to give up, going to keep going, going to keep pushing, going to keep working. And then you get strength. And so you have the strength to get through it. The problem is when we just think somebody tells us, oh, you're a really strong person, you'll be able to get through this. We get sick of hearing that because we don't want to always have to be the strong one. So call out to whoever this particular woman is calling out to the beautiful animal that she sees, the elk here, and says, I may be strong, but I need help. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
God, that's such good advice, man.
Yeah.
So I get innocence, Gray. So and that's kind of how we look at things, right? When you look at things with new eyes. So look at them like a child. Like maybe there's a different way to go about this, because then you'll see what you need to understand. So that comes in. I do feel something being very successful, and this is like the Fool, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this card, but he's getting ready to jump off, but he's already in the flow. So, and I think being in the flow is that acting like we're a child too.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope that helps, Gray, and thanks for being here.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Starshine. I think Mary's still here.
Mm-hmm.
Would love a message from Alan C.
All righty. Oh, I just want to celebrate. Yes.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah. That's Rare Earth. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see. Alan C. Did Alan like to dance? Do you know if Alan liked to dance? Thanks, Gray.
Glad, Gray.
right. So I pulled some cards here. He's saying that you are on the cusp of fulfilling something that you've been working on for a long time, or he's been watching you fulfill something. You don't know if you like to dance. Okay. But there is some kind of fulfillment that he's watching you develop. And he's saying that he sends you healing all the time, and that I think he feels like he's healed since he's transitioned as well. And look, he's reached enlightenment. Isn't that beautiful? And that's what happens. You get over to the other side, and everything, before you go, everything is sort of like under the water, murky. It's dark, and all of a sudden you come out of the water and everything is revealed, and it's like, wow, you kidding me? It was that easy? I think I feel as though that's what he's saying to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Alan, the first thing that I get, Mary, is that he's sorry about something. So either, I don't know if you had to be the caretaker or if you were like something about what happened. Yeah, he's a wonderful soul. Yeah, it could be the way that he left, something to do with that. You were so grounded. You had the strength to help, if that makes any sense. Also, boundaries. So, boundaries are really important when we're working with somebody that,
Oops, sorry.
not necessarily that he didn't have the same values, but maybe he had a hard time with boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, Mary? Okay. Yeah. I feel like he did have a hard time with the boundaries because the boundaries were like, kind of, I don't know if you can see that wall, but it kind of zigzags around. And sometimes, when our path in life is that zigzag and we make a lot of changes, the way that things go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kevin. But where he is now on the other side, there's so much creativity. He's in the spirit, and it's a beautiful life. So and so much more colorful than what it was here. I don't know if he had a hard time when he was here for some of the things, and he was too sensitive for this planet. Maybe, I'm not sure, Mary, but yeah, it's interesting energy that he's bringing in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Warrior Widow says, Kevin, the most beautiful man in the world, is here.
Ooh, Kevin. Yeah. Who
Yeah.
actually also is a great hairdresser.
Yes.
Yes,
Incredible.
he is. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Very creative and talented.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. Next. Deanne.
Bye, Paul. Right.
May I get a message about what I need to work with for the rest of the month, please?
All right.
Oh, very sensitive, highly evolved, and very kind. Yeah, he might have been too sensitive and highly evolved. Sometimes it's not easy to be on this planet when we're really sensitive and highly evolved, right? Not everybody knows how to work with us then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, I like the cards I pulled for you from the Ostara deck, Deanne. First one I get is Peach Moonstone. And Moonstone, such a beautiful, but peach is that real warmth, that real peachy colored moonstone. It says there's a reason in the flow of what is and what needs to be done. But you'll notice there's a cup of coffee or tea or whatever there. So it doesn't have to be done fast. So enjoy the time that you're working on something. You got the spring equinox, which is now or yesterday. And it says spring showers wash all over you, revealing a decision awaiting its flowers. I love that. So some kind of decision that you're working towards or working on looks like it's making its way to you. And finally, I get the simmer pot. Earth, air, fire, and water await an enchantment steeped in intention. There's nothing that I like more than a simmer pot. And I love it, especially at Christmas time when, you put in all the smells of the winter. But it's time for the spring simmer pot now, which, put in some oranges or whatever and put that on. Makes a great smell. Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a message. So the first thing that I heard them say, Deanne, was that work on you. Like you're the special thing in this world. It's all about you. And they want you to kind of dance with that. So recognize your freedom.
Ooh, yeah.
You're free to fly your freak flag, as I like to say. So play that funky music. So
that's right.
So I get that you've got some friends around you. Maybe you've got some childhood friends. So they're just bringing that in. Maybe there's somebody that you want to reconnect with or play like a child with. And then I got dreams.
Oh,
so yeah. And I love this because we do the Dream Channel together. But,
yes, and she was there this week.
That's right.
Yes, telling us about some stuff.
Yeah. So these might be people that are in your dreams. These two children might be even somebody that's passed on that you're still playing with in your dreams. So
nothing like bringing out the old inner child when the springtime comes.
Right?
I think about going outside, playing jump rope, roller skating, and just it's lighter out at night. There's just something about it that's so, it's so wonderful. So
yeah. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, springtime in, and you going outside and having ice cream. Warrior Widow. Can I change my question?
I took the other one off and put this one up.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't see the other one. I was like, wait a minute. Can I change my question? Okay. What was it really like to know? Oh, you'd really like to know about moving. I own my house, but I could rent it out for a lot and just travel then. I don't even have to be here in this house.
Yeah. I had an experience, Warrior Widow. That doesn't mean it will be yours. But when you're far away and if you have to make sure you really screen your person that's going to stay there because, they don't have any interest in the house. And so can do some damage, but I'm not trying to be negative here. But, there you go. You would have your mortgage paid and utilities or whatever it is. So that might be, and then you can always come back to it. So let's see what I get for you. All right. The first card I get is the Wasp, and the Wasp is angry. So I'm guessing that the Wasp is trying to remind us that we don't want to be angry with ourselves for doing something really fast or doing something without being careful about it. So I guess that's my message to you. First of all, is just be careful, because I've even got a place here. I've got an RV spot next door, and we're like, should we rent it out or not? And I'm really still not quite sure because I don't know who will end up there. And so be careful with that. The second one I get is peace. You want to have peace of mind, especially if you're far away, that everything's going okay there. So you may even have somebody that a real estate person or something come in and manage it. And then that might take care of that, might do that. Because your focus is the swordfish, and it's saying, you just want to go play for a while. I just read in here that you're looking maybe to move to Italy or one of those places, and that would be wonderful. And if that's what you want to do, and all your ducks are in a row, I think it could work out really well for you. Yeah.
Oh, she was thinking a military family.
Okay.
Sorry, honey. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. I got it. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking a military family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You've got a plan. it's like, I feel like this would bring you a lot of peace,
Uh-huh.
if you found a place that was like slow travel, right, warrior widow? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not trying to impose that on you, but a place that's quite peaceful.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they're bringing in a 6-month, rental
Okay.
and
She
kinda
doesn't
give
have a
you.
mortgage, so that's really good. So she could afford to have a management company do something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, have a management company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, eh yeah, and I get abundance, so you could definitely afford it because there's 2 houses in that, 2 palaces, right?
Yeah.
One in the water, and so it would be a reflection.
Uh-huh.
I think it would be really good for you. I think it would bring about some healing, some
Yeah.
miracles. Yeah,
Yeah.
healing miracles because the green color, heart healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No, and I don't want you to think that you shouldn't do it from what I've said. If you've had this before and other people have, a management company would really be the way to go, especially since you
yeah,
don't have a mortgage, because then you could afford to pay the management company to check on it and things like that.
yeah. I agree with taking your time
Yeah.
to make sure it's the right time to do it,
Yep.
not to jump into it 100%. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's your
Yeah.
mom. She's a negative Nelly. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's our
Mhm.
jobs. No. I try not to be, but I know
I try
sometimes I
not to be,
am.
yeah, with mine. Mine are, in their 40s, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Uh-huh.
Um, let's see. Now we have play, love, remember. Of
Ah.
time, can you tell me what Brenda would like to tell me, please? She's known me since I was a baby through adulthood. She was my
Oh,
neighbor.
okay.
Play, are you still here, dear? And she is on the other side, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Warrior Widow. It's just 14 hours away. I have some
Hi,
relatives that are 14
Susan.
hours away too, and that's a pretty good it's a pretty good, yes, play is still here. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, I think she's also on the other side. Yeah.
Oh, alright. So, this is cute. I get relaxation, and, so she's enjoying her time on the other side. She said, we can do certain things. We can relax for a long time, as long as we want before we start getting the lessons that we have to practice with and before we come back. And when I got over here, I thought this is the place I just need to take my time. So that's one thing she wants you to know. She said, ooh, she loves your spiritual practice. Now, um, Play Love Remember is the one that the dragons have come in and been on the wall. And so,
Oh,
yeah, she's recognizing that. She's saying, oh, you're really, really getting involved with your spiritual practice. And look at all the incense going up and everything. She's liking that very, very much. She's reminding you, and you probably do this already, but she says, just make sure you clear your energy, especially if you're out in large crowds or groups of people that carry negative energy. When you come home, ionize in your shower, or smudge or use spray or whatever. She says, I know you know that, but I just want to make sure that I give you the tools. And she's got a big axe here, and saying, I give you the tools to remember what to do. Wow, I think she's surprised that you asked about her. It isn't that um, she was shocked or anything, but she was like, "Wow, thank you for remembering that." Yeah, yeah.
oh, she
Thank
sings in Hindi and Sanskrit. Beautiful, she
She loves
says.
that. No
Yeah.
wonder why I thought I pulled the Ganesh cards. Oh my. Okay.
No wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get she is really happy that you asked about her.
Yeah.
She's acknowledging something that you did together where you needed a sun hat. So I don't know if she
Oh.
was you call her
Oh.
your Brenda. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Yeah.
know if she was out in the garden a lot, but she's acknowledging a big hat that she wore.
Oh.
Um, so yeah. And she's showing me also that she's flying now.
Ooh,
So, yeah, she's flying with the angels, and she has that huge hat on top of her head while she flies with the
she
angels.
likes that, huh?
Yeah,
Mm,
um, it's like she's just able to take off, and she does watch over you,
mm.
and she's there quite a bit. She also has do you have, some little ones? And this could be kids, or this could also be animals.
Mm.
So, if there's anybody that you're worried about right now, or that you're, and this, we could be worried about the whole world, right? We lived
Mhm.
in Long Island in New York in 1960. Oh, I love that. Yeah. So that would have been those big
Yeah.
hats. Um, Everybody's going to be fine. Your
Mhm.
sons, yeah. She said everything's fine. She's over there looking. She's looking at the signs. She's watching over you guys. That's her flying around.
Mhm.
And it's all about timing. It's divine timing.
Mhm.
Um, oh, is
Wow.
that a UAP or a hat? That's right.
That's true.
Looks
That's
like
very
one,
true.
doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
they're going to be great. So, um, whatever you're worried about, she's got this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, would you mind? We got a message from Diana, and I think it's important to share it with everybody. It's
Oh,
one of those
yeah,
type of
please.
messages. She
Yeah.
says, for the sensitives out there who feel energy in the body today, it's going to be very intense. And I've been feeling it all week, but it's going to get more intense if you feel it. 12 hours ago, the phantom energetic particles began arriving. And a few minutes ago, the main part of the wave hit Gaia or Earth. Some will have woken up suddenly and been able to go back to sleep. Others will not sleep at all. Some may have tight chests and racing hearts, while others will feel euphoric. Those still in the equinox void recalibrating may suffer from bouts of depression and waves of sadness today. Some will have fluctuations of both. Science has not yet detected the energetic wave hitting the earth, but it's a big one. Um, you might feel like you've been hit by an energetic train, and it's going to be a highly synchronistic weekend. You may have cravings, they may shift. You may have food and taste shifts. Your ears may start ringing. If you woke up with a headache and nausea, it will pass. Try to move your body. And there's a picture, and it is of the sun, but it looks like the Cheshire cat in the middle. This is
Wow.
what's going on with the sun right now. Yeah, so I've
Whoa.
just it isn't like don't be afraid of it, but if you're feeling this way, you
Yeah.
aren't alone. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
energy
That
shift.
explains
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot going on right now. I felt like since I got up this morning that I had to buckle up my seatbelt to stay in my chair because I, I've been feeling like I'm flying out of it all day. So, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
going to go outside and ground after this.
I think I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
Medusa, I'm so sorry for your pain, my dear. Lots of love
Yeah,
to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And thank you, everybody, for being here and being so kind.
yeah. Thank you.
Um, yeah. So, well, what do you have coming up next?
I'll be on tonight with Marina at I think it's 7 o'clock Pacific time. We're doing our story in the cards, and then tomorrow apparently you and I and a few others will be on with Linda and Mel and Kevin and a few others to wish Mel a happy birthday, and then I'll be on the Shine Your Light in the evening with Marina for a little while. Yeah. How about you? What are you up to?
Um, I am going to be I'm going to the yoga studio to teach meditation tomorrow. I know. I
Nice.
can't wait. I love
Nice.
doing an in-person meditation. It's hardly
Sure.
ever that I get to do in-person
Okay.
much.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Mm.
I do
Oh.
some readings there and some
You can
meditation.
feel the energy, I'm sure, just circling in that room when you do. It must be amazing. Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
different. It's really
Yeah.
different. I'm gonna go do that. And
Okay.
I'm taking my son out to dinner at a little joint, a honky tonk joint. And it's a blues club, and they're doing
Oh.
smoked catfish tonight.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
There you
know, for
go.
Lent.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh-huh.
it'll be
Yeah.
fun. It'll
Uh-huh.
be fun. We'll go listen to
That's
some music.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah. He doesn't
Mm.
often want to go out with his mom, so
He'll get over that.
I don't know. We'll see. I hope so. He has. He has.
Yeah.
He lets me
Yeah.
go out with him
The
sometimes.
older they get, they don't mind as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Honky tonkin'. That's right, Mary
Ain't
Starshine.
woman. There you go.
Honky tonkin'. All right, everybody. Well, have a great time. Oh, and I'll be on Sunday night with Kevin.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
we're doing
What you
Sunday
doing?
nights. We're doing
Yeah.
mediumship and
All
many
right.
meetings. So
Wonderful. Great.
yeah,
That's
wear
great.
my hat. Oh my God, I forgot. I'll definitely wear my hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's that one. So there we go.
Yippee-ki-yay. Yippee-ki-yay. There you go.
All right, everybody. Have a great
Yeah.
time. Lots of
Yeah.
love.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
everybody.